I backtested 50 trades and the results are shocking. But before we get into these amazing results, here's the exact strategy that I used to do this. Alright, so we're here on the journal for this session, and this is also an ongoing session, so I'm going to continue to backtest as many trades as possible. So this is just beginning. This is the beginning update, 50 trades. I'm also going to do 100 trades, and then I'm going to do 500 trades. And possibly like between there, like 250. But as you can see, these are the results. This is Beaveron, by the way. This is like a free journaling and backtesting platform. So if you guys want to use that, it's really good. It's free and it works pretty well. But yeah, as you can see, we traded ES, CME. So I started off with a $25,000 balance, and I was acting more of like this is a $25,000 account, not a funded account, but an actual account. So how much you like lost or whatever and how much you risked didn't really matter. So as you can see, the current balance is obviously at $52,318.09. The net P&L is $27,338.91. So like I said, the symbol is ESCME. I used the 1 hour time frame. And this was obviously a replay backtesting session. So 50 trades, 30 wins, 20 losses. This is obviously a 60% win rate, which is pretty decent. Remember, it is only 50 trades, so it's not a large enough sample to really gauge exactly how this would perform longer term. It says our expectancy is 1.23 R, standard deviation is 2.64 R. So once again, it just shows our P&L breakdown, where gross P&L is over 27,000. Now this is before costs. However, I did not account costs into this backtesting session. That was just kind of an error on my part. So it would be a little bit less than this. However, futures is a lot cheaper than to say if you were trading big lots on like Forex, for example. Our average win is $1,457.55. Our average loss is $819.38. So our average win is almost double our average loss. And I was using good risk to reward, but you'll see the reasoning why these stats are like this. So our profit factor is 2.67. I think that's pretty decent. Our payoff ratio is 1.78. So that's our average win compared to our average loss. Planned RR is 3.15. So that's 22 trades with a TP and SO. This is actually interesting. So yeah, I do actually aim for 2 to 3 or even higher risk to reward. However, sometimes you get stopped break even or it hits your trailing stop loss. So that's the reason why some of these are a little bit lower than they would seem. So our largest win in one single trade is $4,140. Largest loss is $1,655. So our max drawdown, now this was, I believe, 4 losing trades in a row. Our max drawdown was $2,877.75, a little bit less than your 10% of equity. That's not the best, but I was also just risking a little bit more on this backtest just because I wanted to see how the strategy would do if you were going higher risk. Our Sharpe ratio is 3.29, so I believe that's pretty decent. I'm not 100% sure on like exact statistics. I know green just means it's decent. Recovery, 9.50 times. It says our overall performance so far is 66, I guess, out of 100. I don't know, however they calculate this in their back tests. So this is the thing. Remember, I was trading on the 1 hour time frame. So our average hold is 14.8 hours. The median is 7.1 hours, right? Days traded. So we traded 45 days. It's an average of 1.1 trades a day. Our best day, again, 4,140. Worst day, same thing as before, 1,830.50. So I guess this is our best trading window is Wednesday. I guess around, that would be Asia session. 3 trades plus 5,340. Now this is just a thing that you can click on the side, like this is what if I removed, and then you can click these different things and see what it would be if you removed these different things. So now we can go into the equity curve. Obviously we started off at 25,000. We started off in September and took it to February. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if those times are even accurate. There are some things to this backtesting software that's not 100% great, but for the most part it works pretty well. And this is a free journal. It journals your trades for free. I did not have to put anything in to this. It literally just journaled it all for me. So you can see, yeah, we're up like I believe it's like a little bit over 52,000. And it shows your underwater drawdown. Obviously, the most drawdown was 9.56%. There's a time where we're down 7.47%. Time where we're down 2.38%, 6.81%, 3.63%. So this just kind of shows your drawdown. And this, not really gonna go over this part as much because this doesn't really matter. But what I do like is this. So it's our best RR is 10.76. I don't remember having a risk to reward trade that was huge, but I mean, I guess apparently our worst R was -1. Makes sense. Obviously, this is important. Trades with a stop loss, 50. So out of the 50 trades I took, all of them had a stop loss. That's kind of what it needs to be. And then you can look at this. This is kind of a time of day heat map, hour times the day of the week. Yeah, I mean, you can see it just shows all these losing days and winning days. Yes, you do take losses, obviously. By exit reason, so this shows you kind of like your win rate by exit. Obviously, if you exit by a take profit, it's going to be 100% win rate because it's hitting your take profit. So when the trades hit my take profit, which was 17 of them, I have a 100% win rate on that, obviously, and the average R is 4.02 risk to reward. So of the trades that hit take profit, the average risk to reward is 1 to 4, and the P&L was plus 39,440.62 cents. And then the stop loss, the average trades that hit my stop loss, 33, 39% win rate on those, minus 0.21 R is the average. And the reason is because I had trades that either hit break even or hit my trailing stop loss. So when it hits your trailing stop loss or break even, this accounts into here as well. So by side, so long trades, I took 27 longs. The average win rate on the longs is 67%. The average risk to reward on longs is 1.75, and the P&L is plus 17,788. And then on shorts, I took 23 shorts. You can see my win rate on shorts is actually lower, and it's ES, so I mean, it's an asset that usually goes up over time, so it kind of makes sense to be lower win rate on shorts. Average R is 0.61 plus 9,550, and again, that's because of hitting break even and hitting trailing stop losses. So hold time, obviously by hold time you can see 5 minutes or less, 2 trades, 0% win rate, 0 RR, minus 1,432. So any trade that took under 5 minutes, especially on the 1 hour time frame, it's obviously a losing trade. Same thing with 5 to 15 minutes, 1 trade, it lost. Same thing with 15 to 60 minutes, 4 trades, lost. So basically any trade that I took so far that's been under an hour has been a loss. 1 to 4 hours, 12 trades, 58%, plus 3,908. A lot of those hit my break even or hit my trailing stop loss. And then I believe this is 4 hours or less, 31 trades. Actually, this is 4 hours or more, sorry. 31 trades, 74% win rate. It's not showing the average R on here for some reason, but plus 28,021.96 cents. So obviously, if you saw above, if you remember, my average hold time is 14.8 hours. The median is 7.1 hours. So the trades that take 4 hours or more are my highest winning trades, which makes sense. So this is kind of its discipline grade card. I got an A on all of these, on time discipline, position sizing, stop loss usage. By entry time frame, I did not take any entries on the daily, so I'm not exactly sure why it's saying that. But I did use the daily for like take profit targets and stuff. My longest win streak is 5, longest losing streak is 4, and that's where that drawdown came from, the almost 10% drawdown. And then these just show the individual trades. So my first trade was a long, and the RR was plus 10.27. Now I'm not going to go through all 50 of these trades because that would just be kind of crazy, but you can see that is about all the statistics. Remember, it started off with a $25,000 balance, ended with a $52,318.09. Now this is only 50 trades, so don't think that this is necessarily sufficient for the strategy. I'm sure things will change when I get to 100 trades, when I get to a few hundred, and eventually 500. So there will be an update on this later on. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.